Annie, that sounds like a lot coming in off of this one episode alone. But to tell you the truth, going back to then, back when, this really was a thing, and this really did go on, and it really was a lot in this episode.
I don't want to relive it.
Every time we talk about it, baby, you got to relive it. You just got to do what you got to do. Suck it up, Buttercup. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Gossiping Gypsy Sisters. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Annie. You all may know us from the TLC show Gypsy Sisters. We're here with our own brand new podcast called The Gossiping Gypsy Sisters, where we break down all things gypsy.
From the culture to the fashion to our everyday lives. Each week, we will be updating you guys on all things and what's going on in our very own personal lives, as well as breaking down the next episode of Gypsy Sisters as we watch them for the very first time with you guys.
And if this is your first time watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And ring the bell as always.
Annie, before we dive into this episode, I want to talk about Nettie's Sweet 16, girl. How did it go? Tell us everything.
Nettie had a very good turnout for her birthday party. There was a good bit of people there. Her boyfriend David came, of course. His brother Payne, Haley's boyfriend, Haley. She showed up as a big surprise. Nettie was a little overwhelmed, but all in all, I think it all went pretty great.
Annie, I thought Nettie's little outfit that she put together for her birthday was so cute. You want to know what it put me in the mind of?
But
oh goodness, what is it? What's that stuff called? The clip you got me. What's the name of this? Her whole birthday to me, it come off as Love Shack Fancy. Not only was it Love Shack Fancy, she was in love. We were having a party on the outside of the shack, and her mans showed up, and her cake was just as freaking beautiful as her outfit. Matter of fact, her cake was one of my favorites. I mean, I'm just gonna say that right now. The bow screamed Nettie.
Let's talk about my favorite cousin Joanne came there for it. Because, she says Nettie's hers. Nettie's like the second mother to Joanne. So her and Terry came. I was really, really excited about that. Me and Joanne's like sisters. David came, Joseph came, which is Haley's boyfriend. Haley showed up as a surprise. Nobody knew she was coming. She showed up. Nettie looked like she was ready to cry when she saw Haley come through the door that day. Haley left at 5 o'clock in the morning to come.
Wow.
And
I didn't know she left that early.
Let's talk about who was fashionably late for the party, Kayla and Annie.
Oh, that's me, baby. My name wouldn't be Kayla if I wasn't fashionably late anywhere.
Late.
I mean, I'm sorry I was late, but late's better than never. I mean, I showed up with bells on. I mean,
you showed up ready to eat, girl.
Yes, you're exactly right. I figured if I timed the party just right, the food would be coming off the grill, and I would get to see everybody that showed up.
But you didn't time thinking that I needed help. Maybe Patty had some burgers, throwing some hot dogs on the grill.
You needed my help?
Yeah.
Was 5 daughters there?
I didn't have 5 daughters there.
All your daughters were there, honey.
Not every one of them. Chrislyn didn't get to make it. Are you losing your mind?
Well, you had 3. You're right. I didn't realize. Chrislyn's the only one that wasn't there, right?
Yes.
You're right. Chrislyn wasn't there. But I really wasn't expecting.
I did have 5 there. Angel was there.
Yeah, see? Angel was there. Chrislyn.
Her went to her sissy's birthday parties.
To tell you the truth, for Nettie's Sweet 16, I thought it was a phenomenal turnout. Her future husband showed up. Her niece or her first cousin showed up from 5 hours away. Her future sister-in-laws, her future in-laws, which is all also family. And if we had to do a do-over, I don't think we could have done anything over and made it any more special than what we all did because a lot of people showed up from out of town. That being said, that should make a girl feel pretty dang special, don't you say?
She didn't want a sweet 16, but I told her, I said, how do I know you won't be married in the next year? You're going to have this last birthday party with me, and it's a sweet 16. On top of it, I had a hard time. Imagine I found a cake lady to do her cake about 3 days before her party. Very
How
last
the
minute.
hell? How did you pull that off 3
I
days
don't
before
know.
the
She
party
want
and it turned out that
not
nice?
only did I have to find her a cake that had be made, she had to have a bow cake because she wanted to be bow-tastic.
Love Shack Fancy, baby. That's where it's all at.
Bows just what's
That
in
Love
style and she
Shack
loves
Fancy.
it. Yeah.
That Love Shack Fancy really is a
Compliment.
beautiful thing. I know a lot of gypsies today, they are so digging the Love Shack Fancy too. And I can go back to being 16. I didn't get my sweet 16th birthday because I was married. So it's a blessing that your daughter was home for her sweet 16 because I was married at 16 before I was 16. Honestly.
Lacey and Belcher, Joanne and Terry, Michaela and Matthew, everybody showed up from all over. Some of them come from Jackson City, Tennessee, North Carolina, everywhere.
Everybody come in from states all over, but you want to know one couple I was really proud to see and so very impressed? Michaela and Matthew.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by those two. I mean, they really shocked the world, buddy. They knocked my boots off my feet.
Yeah, I love
They look good together. I cannot believe that Michaela fully transitioned into
marriage.
The wifey. Yes. I'm I'm over the top with the way it all turned out. I'm very impressed at the way her birthday went. And let's just hope that her 17th birthday maybe squeeze one more year in before she's married. And if you can't, I understand. But hey,
I'll be
you got this one to hold on to. Probably. Annie, I find it pretty amazing that you have yet to tell the fans that Nettie is dating David.
Yeah.
Our niece Haley is dating the brother Joseph. Doesn't it kind of look like, I feel like they're trying to be like us. They want to date brothers. That's wild to me.
I haven't said it, but it is true. They're both dating brothers, and I'm very happy that Nettie's going to have Haley because while the men are out working, Haley and Nettie's more like sisters than they are cousins. So they act like sisters, they fight like sisters, but they love even harder, and they're going to have each other, and I'm so happy for that.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm very proud of who they both chose. I don't think they could have chose any better. And with that being said, Annie, I think it's pretty awesome that not only did all of like her first cousins and everybody show up, Cameron, our other niece, I know she didn't get to make it here because she is currently in school to be an esthetician, but her and Nettie are just as close. And I'm sure Nettie understands she couldn't make it because she is now in school doing the works of an esthetician.
That's not common in our family.
It most certainly is not. And I feel like she takes back the most after me because I had so many different careers like later in life. And I feel like she's that girl too. And she is my niece. I feel like she takes back a lot after me. I've never had any type of ink work done, but she's in for esthetician, meaning tattooing brows, lips, cosmetic makeup. She's definitely in for the look good. She's in for the look good side of it. She wants to make people look and feel good about themselves. And it's very rare that gypsies do these things. And I'm more proud of her than most would be.
Kayla, this is 2025 now, baby. New world.
New world,
New
new
gypsies.
things, new gypsies. You're exactly right. So I've like esthetician covers, like tattooing and different type of enhancements in that way. For me, I've never had like the tattooing of the eyebrows or the makeup, the lips. However, I've thought about it. I've never done it. I have had breast augmentation and I have done Botox. So if my niece makes it through this, I just might be a patient of hers.
Well, I've never done the eyebrow tint and I've never done the makeup, tattoo and stuff. The only thing I've ever had done, I think, is my boobs and Botox on the show. And that's it.
Well, honey, it's time. It's 2025, like you said, so we're going to have to change that a little bit.
Oh, I'm down.
All right, but we're going to have to
I'll
have
lay
a
down to
date.
be her first client.
Oh, gosh, don't tell her that. She'll be tattooing away all over. So, Annie, should we go ahead and dive into today's episode?
I'm down.
Today, we're discussing Season 2, Episode 3 of TLC's Gypsy Sisters, The Blame Game.
In this episode, Nettie and Sheena gets into an argument about Pookie being a Kayla. Mellie and Joanne are on the hunt for Nucky, and I take cooking classes. Sheena and Joanne try to bring all the ladies back together, and Mellie and Kayla chat on the phone for the first time since the fight. Let's dive in.
Why was Pookie there and nobody told me nothing?
You're the mother. You got to do the mother duty. It's not nothing to do with me.
Kayla, will you meet me tomorrow so we can talk?
I just don't have nothing to say to you or Nettie no more, Mellie.
I think everybody just needs to start getting back along.
I'm done.
Annie, that sounds like a lot coming in off of this one episode alone, but to tell you the truth, going back to then, back when, this really was a thing, and this really did go on, and it really was a lot in this episode.
I don't want to relive it.
Every time we talk about it, baby, you got to relive it. You just got to do what you got to do. Suck it up, Buttercup.
The main theme in this episode is who's right and who's wrong. I know, I'm never wrong. Kayla, how do you think we handle our differences?
Well, Annie, to tell you the truth, sometimes, even if I know someone's wrong, I like to let them think they're right. Because you can't fight with someone who's always right. A wise person will take advice from another person. A person that doesn't have it together and just wants to go haywire is not going to sympathize with what's right. So this episode says it all.
But the women in our family is never wrong. Whoever says whatever, they're right. Like, you make proof, say that I'm wrong, but in my mind, I'm not wrong. Just like you're even more worthy than I am.
No, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I'm wrong and you can prove that, I'm woman enough to say, okay, you got me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to fight for that. But you're right when you say a lot of others will not admit that. It shows growth when you can admit you're wrong. It shows growth if you can admit that you can grow from wrongdoings. So no, I have no problems doing those two things because guess what? I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes. And sometimes trying to get other people to see that side of you might not be the easiest thing. So with that being said, the less said, the further you're going to go.
I'm sitting here trying to think of the biggest argument or disagreement me and you've ever been into. I know we've been in disagreements, but like,
we've been into some, but not many. Let me see.
What's the biggest disagreement you'd say that we've been in?
I'll tell you. People would pick on you or me, and you would go back at them on the Gypsy Gossip pages here, there, and everywhere, and I would always say, Annie,
I'm out.
That's what they want. Go silent. You conquer them. Hey, I'm just going to say this, I'm going to leave it there. If we show up to a circus to watch the circus perform, how are you going to get a show if there's no clown there? A clown will only get a show if it draws an audience. I've taught my kids this from this big. I've done them pretty damn good too, because they learned it young. Hey, the dumb shit, no man. Move on. Everything doesn't always need a response in life. Sometimes a no response is the best response. Okay, so we have to start off by talking about Nucky and Pookie and what's going on here.
What's going on is Pookie ran off with Nucky. Nettie gets very upset because she thinks that you and Sheena should have called her and told her, and she thinks that Nucky was at your house when Pookie was there and Nucky wasn't at your house. And I think to this day, there's still no convincing her that Nucky was not at your house when they ran off.
How about Pookie was over there at Kayla's house with Sheena and my brother and never told me nothing about this.
Oh,
He's sitting right there. He's sitting right there. Yeah, there he is. My daughter Nucky ran off with Pookie yesterday, and today I am seeing a picture on the internet with Pookie over at Kayla's house. And no one had the common sense, the decency, family to call me and say,
tell you that he was there.
Pookie's here, Nucky's not. Well, maybe you can go get him and lead me back to my kid.
Annie, time out. This woman knows that Nucky and Pookie didn't run off to my home. I've never opened my doors to anyone else's problems. Let me just say that.
Running off. You're going to open your door even though you and Nettie just had a big fist fight. And you're going to open your door to her daughter, underage, running off with another man. Come on now.
Trust and believe me, she knew better than that. And talking about this behind the scenes, let me tell y'all, this was some real life shit. Like, this was no joke. This wasn't for show. This woman really, instead of picking the phone up and calling me like a woman, and say, hey, did my child run off and come to your home? She didn't do any of that. She went straight to, oh, and it just went like this, right here. And I was like, you're joking, right? I know you're joking.
And then she got mad at Sheena. Let's talk about how she got mad at Sheena. She said Sheena was basically kissing your ass and taking up for you and all about you. But Sheena should have called her and told her that Pookie was at your house. Mind you, a fight just happened. Did she think everything was be all hunky-dory after that?
Correct. But because it's Nettie, it's bow down. No, bitch, we don't bow down over here. Not only do we not bow down, we're not going to bow down to your accusations, honey. No, ma'am. Sorry. Wrong day, wrong situation, wrong problem. This is your child, your problem, and you need to find your kid. And coming to me for your child isn't finding your child. So Nenny knew I would never let her daughter run off and come to. I'll take Nettie's daughter in my home running off that young.
And if I can recall, I don't remember there being no breaks taken during this for Minnie to take a break when Nucky ran off. Do you recall any breaks being taken? Because I don't.
I sure do not. Not the first one.
Yeah, not while filming was going on.
No, absolutely not.
You may steal the spotlight from her, baby.
So you're exactly right. So her daughter runs off. She's accusing me, that she's at my house. She's attacking Sheena because Sheena is telling the truth and she really technically wants Sheena to lie on film. And Sheena didn't do that. Sheena's like us. She's gonna tell you the truth, and it doesn't matter where it hurts, baby. If it hurts you, it's just gonna have to hurt.
Whoa.
She didn't like the fact that Sheena told the truth that they weren't at my home. She wanted Sheena to say we took her in just to cause another ruckus, just to put her in a whole nother light of a lie. Didn't work out.
Do you think this is similar about like George and Bella running off and her parents getting mad and all that? I don't. I think this is complete opposite. Because Bella's parents, I really do feel like Bella's got true parents that love and care for her and just wants to see good for her.
Let me just tell you the difference in Bella's parents and Nucky's mom or parents. I can't speak on her dad because he's deceased. I will say he was a good man. He was a good father. Actually, there's not one bad thing I could say about Nucky's dad. But Nucky's dad was a very, very good man. Nettie, like you just said, she was all out for the spotlight. So whatever she had to do to get that extra 5 seconds of fame, she used us to do that. And she soon found out not you, me, or Sheena was going to tell a lie to buy her that extra spotlight. Tell the truth and have everything to gain, or tell a lie and have everything to lose. She told a lie.
You want to know what I think's crazy? Is that Mellie and Joanne was out in the car, riding around, going to hotels, going by your house, looking for Nucky. Where was Nettie? Where was
Annie, she was at home in bed. There was no cameras around. She wasn't bothered. She really, I'm not saying that to be nasty or ugly. And I'm not trying to gain 5 seconds of fame right now.
And then you got Mellie saying she's going to take an ass whooping. She'd take an ass whooping if it takes to get Nucky and bring her back home. I think she was all talk too.
I feel like Nettie and Mellie were just trying to pick sides. Like, Nettie and Mellie were trying to stay ganged up over here. Ganged up on who? Me, you, and Sheena? If you look at both squads, one's here for the spotlight, the other's here for a real reality show with real facts.
In all reality, Pookie, she knew that Nucky loved Pookie. She really didn't care about Nucky being with Pookie. She didn't want Nucky with Pookie for her own selfish reasons.
And her own selfish reasons were
his mother.
This gives me something to talk about for filming. Let's go. Let's take a road trip. Let's go. Let's take a road trip. Make a road trip out of it. That's what she done. So had she really cared about her daughter running off, that wouldn't have even happened. The truth of the matter is what you just said. Nucky and Pookie surely was in love with each other. And that was, baby, that was a hunk of love burning that she couldn't have stopped for all the love or money in the world.
To today, she couldn't stop that.
No, sure could not.
Nobody stopped her from being with who she wanted to be with at 15, did they?
Sure did not. And she didn't care to stop them. There was cameras in town. Woohoo! Let's get them together. And let's just go haywire with this filming crew. I truly believe, mind, heart, and soul, that's what it all comes down to.
And then Mellie finally comes to the conclusion and says, Nucky's 15, you might as well go and let her be with Pookie and let her go.
Honey, Nucky was 15, was madly in love, and no matter what Nettie said was going to stop that. If she really cared, let's cut the bullshit again. If Nettie really cared, that she would have been on the phone with the law, having her daughter brought back. It's one phone call. One phone call will solve it all.
No, she didn't.
But you can put on a good act and act like you care. Baby, that act went a lot further than that phone call of calling the cops to get your daughter back. The act done you better than really getting your daughter back. Nettie was never really worried about bringing Nucky back because she could have brought Nucky back. She would have just kept on taking off because Pookie was the love of Nucky's life.
Well, to today, he still is, so.
Yes. And they had been through some things, but they have always used the road to each other. They don't know any other way.
Well, enough about Nucky and Pookie and Nenny and everybody else. Let's go on and talk about what else happened in this episode.
So Annie, let's go ahead and dive in and talk about that scene at the park.
What we're gonna do is you have to get the seeds out and spin them at the tree and see whose seed hits the tree first. Okay, you ready? All right, come on. You know, I got far. I am so stupid.
Where you and your daughters put watermelon seeds in your mouth and was spitting them at trees?
Yeah, that's it. We had fun that day.
Yeah, did you? What possessed you to put watermelon seeds in your mouth and spit them at a tree? And who could get it the furthest?
I'll tell you what possessed me to do
I
that.
mean, I played too, don't get me wrong, but I think it was a crazy game.
Your kids are only kids once, and I had a very, very blonde, kiddish moment with my daughter, and if I had to go back and redo, I wouldn't redo it because it was something fun, and basically, it's not even that it was just fun. It was a bonding moment with my daughter, and we just thought it was hilarious.
While Harley was ripping Sissy's hair out, Danielle took a bite of her sandwich. Let's back this up a little bit. Let's talk about me making my sandwich with pork and beans and ham, and you act like you never ate it before, girl. It's a gypsy tradition. That's all gypsies eat that.
It is a gypsy tradition to eat pork and beans on your sandwich. And to tell you the truth, since all that, in case you didn't know, I never really knew pork and beans were that damn good on a sandwich until after that. Always down the road.
No, girl.
Now,
I've ate it my whole life.
I know you have, and I've watched you do it, and I've never tried it. But to tell you the
And
truth,
who's your mama? Who is your mother?
Mama,
Who's your
listen,
granny?
it's not about my mama or my granny. It's about where was I at when the pork and beans wasn't on my sandwich.
You was around.
But the pork and beans didn't jump on my sandwich. But let me tell you, after all that, I tried it. And to this day, I've never entertained a lunch without it. I'm going to just leave it there. That I won't eat a sandwich now without them.
How about that cooking class that you put me in? Let's talk about that. You think I need to go get some cooking lessons?
You can scramble eggs, can't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Here, scramble the eggs.
See, I got this. Look, Kayla, look what I can do. Yay! She's scrambling eggs.
Yes, I think you needed cooking lessons. It was time to put your ass in a cooking class so you can make a real meal that didn't involve ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, pork and beans, salt, and pepper, baby.
Wow.
You got the cold lunch down. Let's get the hot
But
meal
I
down.
knew
That's
how to cook, though. You didn't have to go put me in a cooking class. Sister. Matter of fact, I think I can out-cook you.
Try me one day. We'll do a cook-off. Did it teach you anything that day?
Did it teach you?
Yes. You want to know what I learned that day above me taking you to a cooking class? You're
How to
never
make
gonna believe.
noodles homemade.
How to make noodles homemade, and guess what?
What?
That $400 pot that cooks all the food with no hot spots. I learned that very day in cooking class that they sell these pots that you can buy to make the soups and dishes in, and it cooks it with even heat, and there's no hot spots in the mother freaking pot. Start that pot, baby, because you ain't gonna get burnt.
I got a question. I got a question. I finally, after all these years, I know how to make fluffies. But guess how I have to make them? I have to go to Walmart and get the self-rising dough, the loaf. I don't know how to make it homemade.
Can I just tell you real fast on here how you make it?
No.
Hear me out. Hear me
How
out.
about you show me? You can show me. Stop.
You put 2 bowls on the counter and put 1 cup of water in each bowl warm. In one bowl, you put 8 teaspoons of sugar. And the other bowl, you put 1 teaspoon of yeast. You mix both bowls up very well. Mix them up. Combine them in one bowl. Dump the flour. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up till it gets really thick. Dump it on the counter. Knead it I mean, baby, pitter pat it, roll it, dough it, head right at it. Then you're going to put it into a perfect ball and put it in the bowl with a towel over it and let it rest for 4 hours. And you got some good old fashioned
Guess what,
gypsy
though?
bread.
Kayla, I've been told that my store-bought self-rising bread is just as good as homemade puppy, so go that way.
Who told you that shit?
My sister-in-law actually is the one that taught me how to do it.
Well, I'm going to have to go to your sister-in-law and teach her the traditional way, okay?
Nope.
So, Annie, let's talk about Joanne and Sheena. Really, truly, mind, heart, and soul trying to bring everyone back together, like genuinely, from a good heart. Genuinely trying to bring everyone back together and bring peace.
I could really never foresee me ever speaking to Nettie or Mellie ever again. Depending on what Joanne has to say, it pretty much is where the future with all of us lies.
Well, both of them got good hearts. They both don't like drama. They both love all the family, and I guess they didn't want to feel torn between all of us, especially with a show going on. And Joanne is of course, my best cousin, and I love Sheena. And I think they just wanted everybody to get along.
No, I know. I guess where they felt like it was their jobs to jump in, they knew things got a little bit further out of control. And it was going to take some real sensible moments from people that were not around daily, such as these two, to make it work. And in all reality, for me, a phone call would have worked. All they had done was call me and say, hey, we've been acting out of order. Let's let all this crazy stuff go. I would have said, you're right. Let's go ahead. However, I was very thankful for Joanne and Sheena because they didn't have to take their time to try and mend something they never broke, but they did. And I will always appreciate that fact coming from the both of them.
Yeah, I guess so. Joanne is, and Sheena, well, to this day, they're still close. They still talk almost every day. They text. Of course, me and Joanne still close. I love Sheena.
Joanne has a very, very warm soul, and so does Sheena. And when you come across people with good souls, the outcomes are normally pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Mellie's pregnancy photo shoot. I don't think she done what she wanted there. She didn't even. I've never done pregnancy photo shoots, and I've never known Mellie. Well, that was her first pregnancy, so I guess it's whatever. But while they were taking,
Let's just say that there was cameras on her, the spotlight was on her. How obnoxious can we get while we're filming? Paint me naked, baby.
while
Paint me naked.
while the shoot was going on, Nettie decides to come in upset about Joanne running off with Teddy Lee. I don't know. I don't think it all went so well that day. I mean, the photos got took. Nettie was clowning. Mellie was clowning around in her pictures while Nettie was upset about Joanne running off with Teddy Lee.
And Nettie really never had that right to get upset with Joanne. Joanne was a grown woman.
And
She
not
knew
only
right from wrong.
she knew that Joanne was going on the trip with Teddy Lee, so I don't know why she acted like it was a big deal or like a big shock when she come in telling Mellie about it. It's because she knew that Joanne had told her on the episode that day she was going on a trip thing with Teddy Lee.
Right. Annie, Joanna did not need Nettie's approval
And
at
she
her
was grown.
age to date.
So
She was grown with her own children. And let me remind you on the fact of Joanne being grown with her own children. Joanne has 2 children that she raised that is very respectful and very good kids. That being said, Nettie needs to take a lesson off of her sister Joanne.
that's
If
true.
anything.
Joanne's very sensible. She stays to herself. She don't do drama. She don't like drama. she gets out of drama. She don't like to be nowhere near it. Joanne lives her own little private life, and I love it.
Annie, I swear, there's more times than not that I think I genuinely, in my heart, care about Nettie. But sometimes I think to myself, Nettie would be so much better of a person if she would take the energy that she disperses out on everyone else and put that energy within your own home.
I
Leave
heard you say
other people alone.
something about Nettie on this episode. I don't know if you remember saying it or not, but you were up there saying that you knew deep down that Mellie, and Mellie is. This is just the crazy thing. You know, I don't like getting up here having to trash talk her or trash talk Minnie. They're my family. And to this day, I still love them. But deep down, you said this about Mellie, and it's true because I've seen it out of Mellie myself. Mellie does really genuinely have a good heart. But when she wants to drama and she wants to do all that, she acts out on it and she shouldn't do it. If she would get that out of her life, I know we're all human and we're women, whatever. Everybody's going to, life ain't perfect. But Mellie can be a good hearted, sensible person when Mellie wants to be just like Nettie can be. It's why they choose drama over peace. I'll never understand it. Like right now on TikTok, they're steady up there trash talking us, talking shit. But why? We're not giving them nothing to fight on or to go off of. We don't even talk to them.
We don't associate. We don't even respond to anything thrown at us. Meanwhile, we're up there with a team battling and doing something very productive with our time and our life while they're up there bashing us. But hey, again, I don't want to consider it bashing. They're promoting us while we're up there making positive impacts on our own life. They are our biggest supporters, our biggest promoters, and I'm thankful that they think enough of us to only discuss us every time they log on. I could never get mad at the things they say. No.
Do you remember driving to go meet Joanne? And do you remember Mellie calling you in your truck that day and you crying when you answered phone to her?
I sure do.
Well,
I had already reached a point. If I ever literally break down to the point that I'm crying, that's because you've crossed me or hurt me in a way that I would have never crossed you or hurt you. And my back's in a corner and you're making me feel some type of way about you that I don't want to have to.
So when she apologized to you that day, do you feel like it was sincere? Because you hung slept up on her. Or do you feel like it was just for filming?
No, there is no doubts about it. It was fulfillment. That's why I hung straight up on her.
Yeah,
I'm
you
no
hung up
dummy.
crying. You were crying from your heart. Like it's clearly noticeable on the episode.
Because I wouldn't have said and done the things to her that she continuously bashed and done to me. And I had just reached a point that I think when I started crying, that was my way and my body's way of saying, Kayla, rid yourself of this drama. You're better than this. But I hung in there, tried to stick around, tried to be the bigger person, tried to help in every way I could. And I felt no matter what I done, I was running my own self into a brick wall. Have you ever heard that? Back against the wall like this? That's true.
And you want to
You
know
can
what's
run
crazy?
yourself.
Even after all that, you and Mellie still somehow, after it all, you end up letting it go with her and you become friends with her again. Because of course, we've done how many more seasons?
It's not that I've become friends with her again. She made me feel super sorry for her again in a way that after she did all that and tried to run me away for filming purposes, I feel like after she done all that, Nettie ran her away and she had nowhere else to come but to me. And me being me, I let her come right back. Should I have? Probably not. But she's going to have to answer to the bigger person upstairs one day. I'll have to answer for the things that I've done, and they will most certainly answer for the things that they've done. There's not too many things I can say in this very episode that we filmed that I regret it or wish I could have redone, because anything I've done, I truly tried to do with a pure heart. That's the truth.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, I guess I'm going to end it with this. Lessons learned.
Oh, big lessons learned. What are you talking about? Big lessons learned.
Well, overall, what did you think about this whole episode? Because my anxiety was I was a little shaky watching it. I felt I felt bad for you having to watch you cry in it. It brings back stuff that I just didn't want to remember.
For me, my overall thoughts were it was one of my least favorite episodes. It was an episode where I found out that my family would attack me at all costs if it brought more spotlight. That's where my heart hurt. That's where my tears came from, because no matter what opportunities I ever have in life, I will never belittle my family to become a bigger, higher authority. And I've never forgot my upbringing, and I've never forgot how we were raised. No show, no podcasts, no network, and no social media platform can ever turn me to be someone I'm not.
I agree.
That's all I can say. And with that being said, I have no regrets on that episode. But it was an episode that taught me a lot about my family that I thought loved me the way I loved them. Be sure to come back next time when we discuss Season 2, Episode 4. Making up is hard to do when Mellie and I meet up to hash out our differences. Nettie meets with Sheena and Mellie goes into labor. What's new? It's always something big.
As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, send in all your questions, and ring the bell.
See you guys later.